Shalom, and here's a thought for the week. So everyone has challenges in life, things that, let's just say, need to be fixed, mess-ups. How do we deal with them? What's the correct approach? Is it about crying? Is it about being sad? Or perhaps more importantly, about doing, making changes? Joseph and Benjamin meet for the first time. That Joseph is sold as a slave, ends up the viceroy of Egypt, finally meets his younger brother Benjamin. Many years later, in Israel, every tribe had their particular space, had their land in Israel. Joseph and Benjamin are described as crying on each other's shoulders. It says plural, that Joseph cried on the shoulders of Benjamin, and by Benjamin it says he cried on his shoulder. Benjamin foresaw that there'd be a temple on the lot of Joseph that would be destroyed, one temple. And Joseph saw that the two temples in Jerusalem would be destroyed many years later by Nebuchadnezzar and as well as by Titus the Romans. And he cried for those two temples. The question is, why did they cry for each other's temple, not for their own? And the message is very powerful. When you see somebody else struggling and you try to help them, then there's room to cry. You feel sad for them, you want to help them, you pray for them and so on. There's room for tears. But when your own temple's going down, there's no room for tears. You got to act. No crying. They cried for each other because you can't do something for somebody else. But when it comes to your own temple, don't cry. Fix it and do it joyously, and you'll be successful. On another note, in history today, today's the day, the 5th of Tevet, that in 1987, the federal court ruled that the Lubavitch Library belongs to the Hasidim and the Chabad movement. Precious books were being stolen and taken away and being sold by one of the Lubavitch Rebbe's family members. And thank God it was restored, those books back. In honor of this day, the Rebbe made a great suggestion that everybody should try to have at least some Jewish books in their library, in their home. If you don't have any, or if you do, it's a great day to add. Buy a prayer book, buy a Torah. Kehot is the Chabad publishing house, Kehot. Look them up online, great sales. Buy yourself a book, buy a library, a local synagogue, buy them a book. It's a great day for books. Fill your home with good information. Clean our lens. When we learn Torah, our lenses are clean, and then we're able to look at the world in a much more positive, happy light. And may the day of the redemption of the books bring about the total redemption of all mankind, called the days of Mashiach. The Rebbe shared, we're very close, we're right there. Let's open up our eyes, he says, and see that we're ready. May it come speedily. Amen. Have a wonderful Shabbat.